Hello, Collective. This is Grand Madam. Now, we all know about the mob rush on the U.S. Capitol yesterday. I finally decided to ask what was truly behind this mob rush here, because something just didn't sit right. Who mob rushes the U.S. Capitol and why? I don't care how upset you are about anything. What group is going to do that? So, I used the Dark Goddess deck, Oracle cards. I threw down, I didn't expect to do this, every card in the box. Okay? Now, because there's so many cards, I may or may not pick all of them up, but I'll at least point to it. But first line, we have denial, empowerment, coercion, and look at this, prosperity, and creation. So what this is telling me is that someone is in deep denial about creating their wealth and well-being with prosperity. So much so, I'm going to read you the Dark Goddess guidance on denial, and then I'll move on line 2. Living in denial is not sustainable, whether it is literally so, by starving yourself of food, or more figuratively, by closing yourself off to love or ignoring the truth about past events. Stopping yourself from experiencing life simply because it might have a bad outcome is to be stuck in a constant state of drought. Nothing has the opportunity for change. No options for the better. And doing this to others is just plain cruel. What you give out will return to you tenfold. The goddess Nubia comes to you now with an offer to deprive the miserly behavior of all power. If you're willing, she can arrest the winds of torment in your life and dry up the flood of self-loathing. But do remember, like the sharpened sword that wields, there are two sides. Should you cause suffering unto others by withholding from them, the goddess will be quick to render you powerless until you relent and care for those you have hurt. That's denial, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Now, second line, we have knowledge of abandonment, control, protection, and determination. So those folks were hell-bent and determined to protect their special interests or their interests. They tried to control the government. They felt that they had all the knowledge they needed, all the logistics to do what they had to do. Next line. This is the kicker. Deception. Fate. Either these people have been deceived about their fate, or those people who had joined that group were deceived about their fate. Two different things. In other words, there were those who had no idea that was going to take place. And here we have obsession and abuse. This is what I'm talking about. Two groups of people under, one umbrella. Some folks are just obsessed, and the others are just practicing abusive tactics. And the last card on that line is the appearance. So this is telling me that also involved in this stuff is a fake appearance of obsession, when it's not obsession at all, but tacticians, strategies, plans. When you join groups, folks, who seem to have the same interests that you do, especially when they're like public folks, but any group, in any group dynamic, you are going to have to do some investigative work on your own to find out who these groups truly are. Okay? Because you don't want to find yourself behind bars over something you'd never considered. You never considered. Here's drama. Do something with this light. Drama and judgment. So there are people who are going to jail behind this. Now my question is, are they the ones who are responsible for the strategy to do that? Because the strategy behind that mob rush into the U.S. Capitol, according to the Dark Goddess, was to test the defenses. And when you're testing government defenses, what are you getting ready to do? That's on the other side. We'll get to that. You're right, you're going to try to take it over. Motivating it all. Motivating it all is what? Envy and guilt. Why should anybody else have what I want? And now it's come to a point of desperation. You're giving my wealth away to someone else who doesn't deserve it. Okay, now we're going to have to move over here. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, I used half my table for this. Now we have the loss of trust. It wasn't supposed to go down that way. But you were dealing with hubris and trickery. You were tricked. Hubris, well, they were tricked. Hubris, pride, and they were tricked by playing to their pride. And they were incited to anger, to be foolish and out of control. Goddess Mama Brigitte says it's redemption time, because you're going to pay for that by losing your health. The goddess Pele has jumped in it. Not only are the volcanoes spitting off in Hawaii, but they're spitting off around the world. Transformation. Major, significant changes will take place in their lives. In our lives, too. And they were seduced. You see this card? Now they're going to be seduced into atonement. Okay. So because you did that, to get back in good with us, you're going to have to do whatever we tell you to do. Doesn't that have a sinister feel to it, folks? Really sinister. It does to me. Now we come down here. We have concealment. Light there. Now let's see if this is better. No, I don't think so. Well, that looks a little bit better. Concealment of revenge. Secrecy. Again, concealment is when you're hiding something. Secrecy when you have a whole system doing it's like a system. There's a whole private thing going on that people don't know about. So someone is secretly trying to basically take over the government. Power. It's about power. The temptation is power. And what we have here is destruction. That's Goddess Kali, and resurrection. So someone thought this is the whole thing. This is like a plutonic effect, a plutonium effect. We'll destroy the government as it is and rebuild our own. Endurance. We've got the time and the power to wait. But now, whatever the group is involved in, or whatever group they're a part of, is ready to purge. Purge them right out. Card of purification, because now they have to hop to and get into compliance. They are in big trouble, folks. Big trouble. Whomever has affiliated themselves is in big trouble. Let me move some other stuff. This is going to be a little easier. I'm sorry, I don't have my cameras not ready. Inspiration. Integrity. The faith, right? Curiosity. Defense. Equality. So someone's trying to challenge equality here. Someone is also very curious about government defenses. And their appearance is one of faith and integrity, but that's a false appearance. The outcome of it all looks like folks are going to back down and rest for a bit, and some will allow themselves to be persuaded to be delivered because they really screwed up. And now they know how badly they screwed up. Okay? Put this over here. Okay, now. We can clarify. What would you like to clarify? Let's clarify the deception. Give me a card for deception. What is the deception, Spirit? What is the deception? The deception card falls right under denial of knowledge. So folks were led to deceive themselves into being a part of something they probably would not want to have been a part of. At least not this morning. They didn't want to be a part of it. Part of the drama. Denial, knowledge, deception, and it all led to drama, which now is leading to judgment. So let's see what the deception was. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Well, we know what it was. Oh, wait a minute. Let me pull out one more card. I had a whole lot of okay. The deception was Three of Pentacles, collaboration, and love they had for the emperor. Their emperor. We know who that is. But what they did not know about their emperor was that the emperor was in conflict The emperor had other options, and the emperor was playing them, playing both factions against the middle, and now there are regrets. These people know, some of these people know that they have been played. And some of the people, the women in this case, now they're looking at the offers they were given, the promises they were made, and they're hung upside down, turn their whole lives around, stuck. Can't figure it out. What happened? In a state of shock. Knight of Pentacles in the world. No money coming. Let's take a look at the bottom of this deck. Oh, yeah? Uh-huh. And as quiet as it is kept, somebody is happy about the whole thing. Sun, we have the Nine of Cups. We have the card of the Sun, joy. We have finding a place of peace. And we have the happy estate, the legacy. So now, after all is said and done, I think the denial, the deception is obvious. And now some people are going to really, really have to regroup on themselves, what they believe in, who they are, things they've said, things they've done, because now it's all out in the open. It's exposed. This is damn near sedition, folks, whether they know it or not. Some folks got tricked and trapped into a move that could have turned into an attempted sedition, which is treason, and now they are in big trouble. Life lessons, folks, life lessons. This is Grand Madam. You keep your energies up, keep your vibrations high. Go watch a comedian on Netflix or something, a stand-up, or play some nice music and dance, because this is not your problem. Much love.